Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina as always, here on this rather cold fall day. It really feels like winter. It was 26 degrees F out there, so we're heading out to the holidays. We're going to be making a kielbasa with yellow rice today, a nice saffron rice. I figured it's very appropriate for this kind of day. It's nice and hearty and it's quick. It's all going to be done in one skillet, one saute pan, and we'll get started right away. The ingredients for that are basically I've taken a kielbasa. Again, these quantities are for one person, double, triple as necessary, and of course the recipe is on the channel. I've taken half the kielbasa and I've cut it into half, quarter, or half-inch pieces. I've taken a third of an onion and I've just cut that up. And I have the yellow rice here. Again, this is half the quantity in the package. With that in mind, if you use only a fraction of that, what I suggest you do is you empty the entire bowl out. Okay, the entire bag out into a bowl and mix it all up, because the saffron rice has all kinds of nuggets of flavoring and seasoning. So you want to make sure you get a good mix of that. So if you're not using the whole bag, just dump it out into a bowl, mix it up nicely, and then take the quantities you need. And that's what I did here. This is half the bag here. This is about 8 ounces of rice. So with that, the final ingredient here, as you see here on this can here, this is the seasoned field peas and snaps. Field peas are really not peas, they're actually beans, kind of like black-eyed beans, peas, but which are also beans. And the snaps are better known as sugar snaps, if you want. This has a nice, robust and earthy flavor and goes great with the kielbasa. So what I'm going to start is I've got on the stove over here, and Regina's coming over, is I'm melting up a tablespoon of butter, okay, on medium heat. And with that, I'm going to throw in the kielbasa. I'll make sure that it's hot enough there. I'm going to throw in the kielbasa here right now. And we're going to start to brown it up. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some heat here now. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to let it get started browning up a bit. And as soon as it begins to pick up some color, just when you start to notice it's getting some color, I'm going to throw in the onions. And then once the onions are in there with the kielbasa, we're then going to continue to saute this until the kielbasa gets a nice color to it. I like mine kind of toasty. You can cook this kielbasa to whatever whatever color you desire to have it out. So we're going to do this for a while, and as soon as this begins to brown, we'll be back and I'll be adding the onions. All right, the kielbasa you see is picking up, just starting to get some color. So with that, I'm going to throw in my onion. This is a third of an onion. I'm using red onion. You can use any onion you like. I'm going to saute this around and get them nice. Get them going very nicely. All right, so we're going to just saute this around until the kielbasa gets to the color I like. Like I said, I like mine kind of toasty. Shouldn't take too long. Again, I'm working around medium heat. I'll tell you what, it smells delicious. Assuming you like the smell of onions and kielbasa. I don't know, would you have eaten this in the old days or not, you think?
You used to make something like this with apples.
Right,
I used to like. I don't
that
remember.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. You hear us say long time ago. We have our 50th wedding anniversary coming up this May. So it's kind of remarkable to us as well.
Yep.
You know, we find ourselves not only grandparents, but great-grandparents, so.
Yay.
Yay. All right, you see they're coming up very nicely now. Getting
Yeah,
the
they're
kind of
nice and
color I
brown.
like. Okay, we're about ready now. I'm going to be adding water. Obviously, the water's going to be in there because it's going to be needed to cook the rice. I'm going to start with about 1.5 cups of water. And you'll see in my instructions that down the road, as you're letting this final saute and cook, if the rice seems to be getting a little dry or whatever, you can always add more water. So I'm starting with 1.5 cups here. So that's going in right now. Okay? And get that mixed up really nice, because it's going to take on all the flavors from the kielbasa and the onions. All right? Let that come back up. All righty. looking good. Now we're gonna follow this up with the half bag. I told you this is about 8 ounces of rice. The bag of rice, they seem to come in pound packages, at least these specialty rices, if you will. Alrighty. I'm just letting that come back up to temperature a bit. And then I'm going to throw in the rice. At least the kielbasa's got a decent color to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it that way. I mean, you can cook it even further if that's your preference, or not as much. It's up to you. Obviously, it's already cooked. You don't have to worry about any kind of raw meat problem or anything. Okay. Going to throw in the rice now. You see that wonderful color?
It turns yellow.
Well, that's the saffron.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that a little stir. Yeah, looking good. And I said it's important, please, if you do use partial quantity of the bags, like I said, make sure you take it out and get a good mix so you get all the ingredients in there. If you're using the whole bag, well, then you don't have any problem. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. That's going in. Let that melt in there. Yeah.
No, good.
Okay, there we go. Yep. All right, that butter's melting very nicely. And what will be coming up shortly will be the addition of the field peas and snaps. And again, since I only used half the can, same idea applies. Make sure you get a good mix. That way you get all the mixture of the beans and the ginger snaps that are in here. All right, the butter has essentially melted down. I'm going to follow that up now with this. Give that a nice stir. And we're going to be covering this now shortly, and then we're going to let it simmer probably for about 25 minutes. So let me get the cover on this, get it so that it comes up to a simmer, and then we'll cover it up. And we'll let that rice cook, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back right now. 20 some odd minutes have gone by. The rice is nice and tender right now. You'll cook this rice to whatever tenderness you like. I did it for about 20 minutes or so, and that's the kind of consistency I like it. So you're going to cook it until desired tenderness. All right, I'm going to plate this right now. It smells delicious. Okay. And we're going to come over here and give it a taste. All right. As always, these taste tests, I say it every time. I don't know how those guys do it, because this is enough smoke here to call the fire department. We'll give it a shot. Here we go. Oh, the richness and the flavor. Excellent. You're really going to like this. The flavors of the kielbasa, the background, the onions, and that wonderful saffron flavor. Oh, marvelous. Let me get a piece of the kielbasa here. You see the nice browning we've got? Hot. Definitely a keeper. Definitely try this. A wonderful dish for this time of year. So, for the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife Regina,
Have a wonderful night.
thank you for watching. We are definitely now closing in on 1,000. We wish you a wonderful holiday season coming up. Please invite your family and friends. Enjoy the dish. Take care.